What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health Podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone, and you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988 Minnesota Lifeline for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
Finally tired of doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Well, this show is going to help you change your life for the better. Strap on your seatbelt and navigate this roller coaster we call life with human potential expert and best-selling author Dr. Verna Price. Each week, Dr. Verna blesses you with her virtues to live your best life so you can be the best you that you can be.
Welcome back to Dr. Verna's Virtues. So glad that you are back. For those of you who are brand new, I'm Dr. Verna Cornelia Price. Good to have you with me. And please listen to the podcast. I'm hoping it will help you in your life. Subscribe, tell your friends to do the same. And for those of you who are joining me again as my regulars, good to have you. Good to see you. If you are in the Midwest, you know that we are having summer again, and it's looking really nice and warm outside. So do enjoy being outside. So I want to start our podcast with this is my life. This is my life, and I get to change it when I want to, how I want to, if I want to, because God gave it to me. And that makes me very valuable, very important, very lovable, and extremely powerful. Yes, you have enough power in your life right now to change your life today by making one decision. What is your decision? What are you going to change about your life today? Okay, now that's on you. So I'm talking about the environment a little bit because we still have lots of nice sunshine outside. And the other morning, right outside our kitchen window, as you walk out the back door, we have a planter, a hanging planter. And I'm about to walk out because, getting out in the morning in a fresh morning with the sun is out and this nice crisp air, it's really good for you. It's good for your health too, by the way. And so I walk out, and before I get out, I see this little thing. And my eyes have to actually focus on it. And I realize it's a hummingbird. And it is just beautiful. I call my husband, sweetheart, come, there's a hummingbird. And it is just working away, and it's going from one petal of the flowers to the next and getting what it needs, and pollination, and the whole thing is happening, and the hummingbird is here. It's beautiful. And then I'm thinking to myself, how is it possible that little thing can fly and move its wings so fast? And just when I was thinking that this is amazing, another hummingbird shows up. And now there's two of them. And I'm thinking, wow, now this is my first time. Now, maybe you see hummingbirds every day in your yard. This is my first time seeing a hummingbird in our backyard. And I was very excited. But then as I sat there reflecting on the hummingbird, I started to think about the research around hummingbirds. And you may want to do this for yourself, right? So today's podcast is that if hummingbirds can fly, so can I. And to me, what that meant is that as I looked at that hummingbird, and all the science says the hummingbird scientifically should not be able to fly, right? Its body mass is so much bigger than its wings. It technically shouldn't be able to fly. But here are these hummingbirds. Not only are they flying, but they are actually helping humanity, right? They are actually making your gardens more beautiful. They're actually helping us all see more beautiful things. And I do believe that God gave us these hummingbirds to make us think. And here's the thought that I had. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I'm like, that hummingbird is built for its job. Let me say it again. That hummingbird is built for its life. Its life needed that hummingbird. That hummingbird needed that body. It needed that. I mean, if you look at the kind of beak of the hummingbird, it's just a sharp needle. It just goes. It's like precision. It's like surgery. It goes right in there. It doesn't have to like look around. It goes. It finds the middle of the flower, goes right in, gets what it wants, and then gets out of there really quickly and keeps it moving. Because I'm sure there are predators that would go after hummingbirds, right? And so I'm thinking that hummingbird was built for that. It was built for that. It was built for its life. And if a hummingbird, can defy all of the odds, all of the scientific odds says that that hummingbird should not be able to fly. But that hummingbird is flying. And not only is that hummingbird flying, that hummingbird is thriving. That hummingbird is using everything God gave it to actually do good in the world, to actually thrive, to actually bring beauty to humanity. That's what this little, tiny little bird is doing. So then I thought about myself. And I thought, well, what am I built for? Right? And we all have a life, we all get a life. And you are built for your life. There are things that you have been through that if other people went through, they would collapse. They would be in a corner somewhere with their thumb in their mouth, rocking back and forth, crazy. You hear what I'm saying to you? But here you are, you're still standing. You're still bringing good to the world. You're still doing good. You're still finding success. You're still thriving. Why? You were built for your life. So as opposed to complaining and wondering and worrying and comparing yourself to some other person, well, how come they have that? Well, how come they can do that and I can't? No, you were built for you. Your temperament, your ability to just deal with things, your ability to handle situations, your toughness, your resilience, your persistence, your talents, your gifts, you were built for your life. And if a hummingbird can persist through, get through all the other big birds, get through all of the environmental stuff, and still, and those, as a matter of fact, the science says that they flap their wings so fast that they actually create a hum. You can hear the sound of the hummingbird because their wings are going so fast, right? There's some things about you that are so amazing that people think like, how do they do that? How can they handle that? How could they make that happen? Why? Because you are built for you. And what I want you to do, here's your work. What I want you to do is to just take a minute, sit down, think about what is it about me that is so special, that is so unusual, right? I remember a pastor telling me years ago, I was literally just coming out of college. And for those of you who think I have energy, I had a whole lot more energy then, right? A whole lot more energy. let me tell you, right? And this pastor says to me, and I mean, I was so young, and I was already the, director of the youth ministry at the church, and just doing all this stuff, making all these things happen. And I never stopped to think about what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to do something and do good. So here I was doing good, right? And I have my little personality, my little way, my little laugh, my little, all those hummingbird things about me. And the pastor said to me, boy, Verna, you are a peculiar person. And first I thought, hold it. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? Right? And then and it took some years for me to realize that what he was saying to me is that you're a hummingbird. You are a hummingbird. You are built for what you're doing. Your personality, right? Your smile, your joy, your look, your height. You were built for your life. You were built for the purpose that God has called you to in this world. You were built for it. So if hummingbirds can fly, I know I am flying, and I'm going to keep flying, and so can you. Let me just give you a little tip. Hummingbirds don't compare themselves to other birds. Why? They were built for themselves. I want you to stop comparing yourself to other people. I wish I was you stop wishing. There's no more wishing. What you do is you get to celebrate the fact that you are a hummingbird. You are built. Everything about you was built for what it is that God's given you to do. And I want you to just go for it. All right. For those of you've not ever read my books, you've not ever actually looked at my material, right? I don't just talk, I write. Go to my website, check it out, drvernaprice.com. Get your books. My newest book is called Power Lessons for Life. It's a lovely book, 10 lessons that can get you through just about anything. My first book, The Power of People, 4 kinds of people who can change your life. It is a #1 seller. It is a must read. And it is a little script for life that everyone needs to know about these 4 types of people. And of course, I have other books as well. Go to my website, get that. For those of you who are thinking, you know what, Dr. Verna, I want to work with you. You can work with me. Send me a note. I'm an executive coach. I'm a speaker. I'm a teacher. Your companies need this message. Call me, right? I am a motivational speaker. We can do this thing together. Why? Because I'm a hummingbird and so are you. All right, let's go ahead and finish up with our affirmation. This is my life and I get to change it. When I want to, how I want to, if I want to, because God gave it to me. And that makes me very valuable, very important, very lovable, and extremely powerful. And I am a hummingbird. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Get caught up on previous episodes of Dr. Verna's Virtues at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Mark your calendar for October 17th. That's Open House Day at Summit Academy OIC. And that's where your next career begins. In just 20 weeks, Summit Academy can prepare you to be a medical administrative assistant, IT specialist, carpenter, electrician, or financial services professional. These are good paying jobs in high demand in the Twin Cities. Summit Academy will not only prepare you for a job with advancement opportunities, they'll help you connect with employers and hiring managers. That's right, Summit Academy has a list of local employer partners ready and eager to hire Summit graduates. At the open house, you'll meet Summit instructors and staff. These incredible people will guide you through the entire process, from application to graduation. And if you're looking to earn your GED, Summit can help with that. Come to Summit Academy's open house, located at 935 Olson Memorial Highway in North Minneapolis. Find out more at saoic.org. And we'll see you October 17th from 3 to 5 p.m.
Are you the parent or guardian of an adult with autism? If your loved one has no restrictions through court order, then they are eligible to vote. And you can assist them in many ways. Some citizens with autism don't like unfamiliar places and activities. These voters might prefer to cast their ballot at an early voting center. Leading up to election day, these early voting centers are less busy and less likely to require waiting. Early voting centers are open all over Minnesota, and you can vote there right now. Or you can request an absentee ballot to vote by mail. That's right. Eligible voters can cast their ballots without ever leaving home. On election day, curbside voting is another option to make voting easy and comfortable. Election judges will bring a ballot directly to the vehicle with a person with a disability. Make a plan to support and assist your loved one with autism this election season, so they can participate and exercise their precious right to vote. You can find out more at mnvotes.gov. That's mnvotes.gov.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone, and you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988, Minnesota Lifeline, for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips and it looks a certain way, that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.